Hey, let's talk a little bit today about fitting the right fill with the right groove. So many drummers out there, you maybe have a CD you can listen to of the same artist, and the drummer always has the same fill. He's like, he has like 2 or 3 he plays every single time, and it gets pretty monotonous. So what I want to do today is talk a little bit about 2 things, about building an arsenal of fills up, so you're not just playing the same thing over and over again, as well as taking a fill and making sure that that fill feels like it's the groove you're playing. Kind of, you lay down this nice, great groove, and then you can play this straight blah fill. So let me show you a quick example of like a groove and a fill that just does not fit it. A non-standard fill here. So here we go. So you get my drift? It doesn't quite fit. It may sound cool to you, but it doesn't quite fit the groove. So what we want to do is take and play fills that feel like the groove you're playing. So let's take a look at, for instance, I got a book here. This is called Drum Backbeats Encyclopedia. Hundreds of useful backbeats for the drum set. Anyway, what it is it's tons of grooves, and they start out with quarter notes on the ride and the same rhythms on each page. And then they go eighth notes on the ands, and they'll start playing eighth notes on all of them, and it just builds up and builds up, 16th notes, all with the same grooves, and it's a really cool book. So if you don't have it, Backbeat Encyclopedia, get it. It's a great book. So let's just, for instance, take a beat here. We'll start a simple one and just see what we got. Yeah, okay? So instead of playing, let's take that feel, 1, 2, a 3, and a 4, and say, well, let's make a fill that kind of feels like that groove. Boom, ba, boom, ba, 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 okay? Like so. I almost choked my cymbal that I didn't crash. So the feeling there, you're trying to open it up, let the fill breathe a little bit, because the groove breathes. Boom, ba, boom, ba, ba, ba. And you don't want to just go ripping around like so. You can, but letting it breathe, boom, let it breathe. Have some fun with it. So let's check another beat here, number 8. This is on page 16. If you had the book, I'm not going to scan it and show them to you because buy the book. Anyway, so this is number 8 on page 16. This beat here is a little bit more groovy. Let's listen to it. So, well, let's play a feel like that. It kind of has that same feel to it, okay? And it doesn't have to be exactly the same rhythm, but try breaking up that 1 and 2, a 3E, a 4E, a 1 and 2 between your snare and your toms and maybe your bass drum, and try to break it up a little bit, all right? So notice my fill had that same kind of boom, boom, da, whatever. Experiment with it. Take it slow so you can kind of feel something that lays right in the groove with that beat. So, all right, here's another cool book, Double Bass Drumming by Joe Franco. This book is about 20 years old, but they have a new version out. It's kind of a red cover, but it looks identical to this and doesn't have the 20-year-old plastic binding that's dry rotting. Anyway, but grab something like this for double bass drumming. It's got a lot of cool rhythms on it, a lot of cool fills. And let's take a look here. Let's just play one. If you have it, it's off page 9. Let's look at number 3 maybe. get the rhythm down, and then we'll try to apply fills again that feel like that beat. So here we go. Number 3. So now take a fill that might, enhance that. 1 and 2 and a 3 and 4 and maybe do something between the bass drum and the toms or snare, kind of a quadruple feel. Quadruple, that's a new term today. 1 and 2 and a 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and a 3 and. Okay, so let's see where this goes. Yeah. Right? So again, it's not exactly that same feel, but you want to kind of get that same rhythm, utilize it so it feels like that beat. Because you can sit here and just go in between, but that just doesn't feel right. So let's look at number 4. Okay? Number 4, 1 and 2 and a 3, 4 and a 1 and 2 and a 3, 4 and a. Notice I'm leaving that same space as the beat. 1 and 2 and a 3, 4 and a. Let the fill breathe. You don't have to sit here and go, just nonstop quadruplets or whatever. Just because you're playing double bass doesn't mean you need to overplay double bass. Underplaying. Let it breathe. Hey. Yeah, yay. Okay, number 6, for instance. 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and a. Okay, and let's look at one more here. Here's a big break on one, number 16 on page 10. Let's see where that goes. It's 1 and 2, 3, 4 and a 1 and 2. So there's a big space between actually the snare drum on 2 all the way to the snare drum and bass drum on 4. So you have a big open. So let's see what we can do with that. Okay, so you get my point here. Try to play some fills that feel like the groove you're playing. All right? So instead of just always ripping it like so. Doesn't have to be all on the double bass just because you're playing double bass. Open it up, let your fills breathe, have some fun with it. And buy Vanz Drumming Extreme Drum Set Techniques DVD right now at www.vanzdrumming.com.